All right. Hello, everybody. I think we are live. I got to make sure to actually mute myself on my other side here so that we don't get double audio. So, welcome to the final stream of the Two Key Cup. Um, I am joined today by Jekyl. Good morning, Jekyl. I guess it's afternoon here. Good afternoon.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. I'm excited for this game.
Yeah, likewise. It's going to be a good one. So, what for anyone who's not familiar, this is the third Two Key Cup, and we got a pretty straightforward kind of format here. First thing is that game settings are sort of classic settings, so that's base map, base factions, and then we use the mini expansions and variable turn order as like pretty much all competitive play does. And other than that, it's just a standard auction. So classic settings. And then the format of the tournament is that we had registration open to anyone 300 ELO or higher. And we had 20 something people register. We took the top 16 by ELO. What we ended up with was a really strong field. I've got some stats on the screen here where the average ELO was about 611 of the players who qualified, those top 16 players, which is crazy, over 600. Of those players, 16 of them were extra level players, so that's over 500. And almost all of them, 14 of those 16 players, had at some point been in the top 20 on BJ. And I think 5 or 6 of them have been either number one overall or arena champions. So just to give you a sense, it's just a really strong field. So we had 4 games with 4 players, and those just wrapped up a little while ago. And now the winners of those 4 tables are going to match off in the finals here. So we are going to try to go over to that screen if I can get that right. Do.
I saw some of the first round, and I think we had 2 dwarves wins, an Orin win, and a Fakir's win. So 4 of like the so-called, lesser factions, which is always exciting to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a couple interesting games too, it sounds like. I heard the players talking briefly, but give me 1 second. I have to do one
Yeah.
administrative thing here. But I think on the screen you should be able to see um, the player pool. So this is slightly different than the stats. I didn't update the stats. We had 1 player drop, so it's a slightly different pool of players. But this is the field here. So Jekyll, do you want to? Does anyone jump out at you, or do you want to start talking about the players who made the
Uh,
finals?
sorry, who dropped?
We had, I think Kodum had a conflict last minute, so came in
Oh,
as
I'm
I think
sorry.
the
I thought.
fourth seed.
Okay, I thought you meant the final table. The
Oh
final
no,
table
no,
is the
just
same.
yeah, and that was totally fine. We were set up for folks to have if they have conflicts, Kodum let me know like a couple days ahead of time. I think even it was no problem. But it's just to say that we had one alternate step in, so the field is slightly different on the
Okay.
screen here than the field I put the stats together for, but basically the same. And I'm
Yeah,
just
I
going to
mean,
stream
a
it.
crazy strong table. I mean, we were guaranteed a really good final as well, just because every single player is so good.
Exactly. Sorry, I'm doing a little administrative thing here. Yep, thought I left myself enough time, but we still scrambled to get everything done here. So sorry to be both the tournament organizer here and the broadcaster, but we should be good to go here. So let's see if we can head over to the game. Take a
Oh,
look
okay.
there. We've got 1 minute until the game launches, but here's the player pool. So we've got Felipe Bart, Zavok, Red Raim, and Halai. So bunch of legends here. And in fact, I mentioned that there was a number of players who have been either arena champions or have held that top elo spot worldwide on BGA, and all four of these players are actually fall into that category. So Halai and Red Reign have both won arena seasons. Zavok is an arena winner multiple times, I think, and has been number one
Mm,
overall. And Felipe recently hit that number one overall spot too. I think he's probably in first right now. So just
cool.
a really, really strong table.
Yeah, I saw Zevok's game. Actually, I watched all four, although it's a little tricky to follow. But he was dwarves opposite a color sandwich. So they were bid down like a ways. And then he actually started as dwarves double east,
Oh wow.
but still managed to, like, so he didn't start in the center at all. Like, center gray is, kind of just the standard strong starting position. And he just eschewed that and started in the east, but was able to make it over to the center, like via the north, and then connect and got a bunch of grays that way. So he won network, won a couple calls, and yeah, played a very strong game.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
And I think I didn't get to watch too much of Red Raim's Fakir's game, but he managed to somehow get a double dig as Fakirs in round one, starting on a priest scroll. So like, don't know quite how that shook out, but like to start on not a power scroll and for Fakirs to get double dig is very unusual.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
That's a pretty strong indication of a good start, I would
yes, I
say.
think he got a lot of leech. And let's see, Halai was Orin. Um, Also like strong on network, won a couple cults. I think they had like some pretty wonky bidding, and it was, yeah. I think I think, oh, what happened was cultists got bid way down, but they didn't have a neighbor in the east,
Oh, I saw
so
that. I wasn't watching as closely as it sounds like you were able to with some organizing stuff, but I saw that Hephaestus, I think, was on Cultus with like single digit starting VP. Is that right?
I think zero.
Zero. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's pretty wild.
Okay, so the game has started.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like we've got Nomads in first seat, Witches in second seat. We're waiting to see what else. Would you be down to break down the setup here? Can you see the setup okay where you're at?
Yes, we have towns round four. Okay,
Yeah, what's jumping out at
T
you here?
TP's round five is nice, but big building round six is not very good for scoring, especially with big building scroll like in the game, which means I'm sure a lot of the factions may be building it earlier.
Yeah, and a big building event round three too, it looks like.
Yeah, round three. But we have good scrolls. One, two. We have dig, worker power, priest, and big building. So even first seat, which is nomads, are guaranteed a good scroll.
Yeah, yeah, that looks nice. Let's see.
Mm.
Let's see what we end up with dark lanes. Okay. So we got a little bit of a
So,
halfling sandwich across from witches here.
yeah, halfling sandwich.
So Red Rain chooses to make it a bit of an ugly color wheel here. One other note on just the game settings here. I think we've covered everything. I mean, if anybody has questions, we're live streaming this on Twitch right now, so leave them in chat. The video will be on YouTube later, so we'll do our best to respond to folks in chat so people on YouTube know what people were saying. But
So all the players are given 30 minutes.
yep, exactly.
I think Philippe Art had 30 seconds left on the clock in the first game.
Yeah, Felipe, the games all went really fast, so we ended up starting this game about 2 hours after the first round started.
Mm.
But I don't think any of the games went more than an hour and a half, even though they could have gone a full two. Felipe, I will say, played in the first live 2 Key Cup and showed really excellent clock management there too. Ended up tying for second place. Didn't get the win in the finals, but Um, all 3 games, I think, now that Felipe's played here, really using the clock to its most, which I think is impressive. A lot of folks, I think, get a little scared when they see the absolute time ticking down because it's not how live play on BGA usually works.
Well, I remember seeing him like in round six with like 3 minutes, and round six you have to do so much calculating that it was a little stressful.
Yeah. Yeah, you can kinda feel it for the players when you're watching. It's like "Oh god." But I think Felipe had a decent gap too. I think won by at least 5 points or so, whereas some of these other players, at least one of the other games was decided by a point, I think, 1 point only, so
I
Scoomy
like.
says he was just big bombing around 6, not too much to calc. Fair enough. Uh,
I really like witches here.
yeah, so what are you seeing for witches? They're gonna get, they probably won't get spade, but they'll get big building worker power or priest, it looks like. What do
There,
you
I see
imagine Darklings will take?
like I'm guessing big building. I just like the fact that I think green will get like all their usual towns without much like competition.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's basically Darklings on black are gonna be competing for the blue hexes, but otherwise
hmm
there's not a lot of competition.
Like they're almost guaranteed. I mean, unless yellow wants to be aggressive, but I think green, like they'll get the center town, they'll get the north town, and they might have to get a red for the east town, but like it all seems really, really safe.
Yeah.
And again, opposite of color sandwich, like they're going to do really well on network.
Yeah, the first bid I think went on, I don't remember who it was, but went on
It's
Darklings, and I'm surprised
darklings,
by
yeah.
that. I would have thought witches would be first to bid. Scoomy in chat is pointing out that there's a chance Darklings go G5, B5. Where's G5? I see. In which case, that would sort of hinder witches, both witches' towns, I
B5
guess.
with nomads placing last. Like they get two like placements in a row,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Darklings are the ones kind of at the most disadvantage starting positions. I will say, as a side note, as a player, for me, that's always I struggle with that. I think I place a decent amount of emphasis on knowing which bonus tile you start with. Like as Darklings here, you can take the spade if you want, or the big building if you want. But it's
hmm
really hard in some certain color wheels and certain faction matchups to not know where the other players are going to place their second dwelling. It could be a really big swing in some cases.
I place like if I I sometimes have to tell myself to think about it, but like having the last placements, especially if you're in like a color neighbor situation or a sandwich in particular, like is very it's a lot of control over the game.
Having like the being in the first seat type of thing with the final
Yeah.
placement. Yeah, it really is. And then you also get to be the one to do the first upgrade in a lot of instances too.
Because like if darklings aren't even going to go C1, like nomads shouldn't even bother with D3 placement, right?
D3. Oh, you don't think so? Oh,
Uh,
interesting.
maybe.
So where would Nomad's third dwelling go? Would it go
I
down?
guess I guess if darklings start E5, then I don't know.
It's tough.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's tough.
I think one of the yellows is definitely on B4. They could go F3, E8, B4.
F3, E8, B4. Yeah, yeah, right. In which case, Darkling's on B5 looks a bit rough. So yeah, I would think that their ability to just place B4 as their second or third dwelling is enough to kind of disincentivize Darklings from going north there.
hmm
But
But then that really helps green.
yeah, totally, totally. It's very swingy. That's part of what I love about watching these really high level tables is these players are less likely than almost anyone else to let one player kind of get away with too much, from the start or throughout the game. And
Mhm.
I think that's one thing that can differentiate a really high level table from a table that's, good, not great, with players is balancing that throughout the game too. Like these players, after starting placements, will have a really good sense of who they feel is ahead, even in live play. So, and oftentimes we'll correct for that depending on who they upgrade next to and etc. So
Hmm.
it'll be interesting to
I
see
guess
either way.
I guess the cult rewards aren't great for green. But
That's
other
true.
besides that, like if I'm seeing like 8 point difference between nomads and green and darklings are a bit below green, like this is I think it's a really good deal for green.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. I mean, maybe these players are all sort of thinking what Scoomy was talking about, where if they're thinking B5 is a given, then I guess I could see that being good for
Right.
Darklings. I just with Dark, I don't know. B5 is tough for Darklings when you're not positive you're going to get a town through the north there, right? Like A10 isn't
Yeah.
necessarily safe. A9 certainly isn't safe. That's a triple dig.
Yeah, it really just seems like you're trapping yourself in the east.
Yeah.
It's not like there's tons of space with green over there, brown over there.
And the real question too is at what point? So halflings are the sandwich faction. They've got a color neighbor in nomads and a color neighbor in darklings. At what point are these players going to jump to halflings? What does halflings start look like? We think they might get the spade tile,
Hmm.
depending on what darklings do. Um, I mean, as halflings here, I would probably just go E6, F5, right? Hope for the best. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what kind of cheeky starting placements halflings can really get away with, but brown and a color sandwich on base map is often pretty squeezed for space.
Yeah, we'll see where black starts. Like if they start, yeah, actually, it's really risky for black because they could start E10 and have enough space, but if green doesn't start E9, which I don't think they will if black is E10, like then I think green just starts C4.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Mm,
Yeah, and as far as there's some talk about tall games, particularly tall halflings in the chat. We've talked about this a bit before. Did you talk about this at TMCon? Was that you? Someone did a tall halflings talk.
no, it was Bickles. He loves
It was
tall
Fickles.
halflings.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
they're in a good position to play that kind of game plan because of their dig upgrades are really a good source of points for them, and their digging is a good source of points for them. This setup does look like it could lend itself decently well to a tall game plan between the bonus tiles, the fact that you got a late TP round. I don't know. We'll see. But in any case,
so
we do have a
halflings,
game.
yeah,
Savok jumped to halfling, so halflings at 40. That's Savok. Nomads at 29. That's
that
Felipe.
seems a lot to me.
Yeah, it to me too. I'm curious what we'll see from Nomads here. Yeah, I'm very curious. Halion Witches at 20, Red Rain on Darklings at 23. So witches did get bid down the most after all.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm
uh,
very
one
curious where
thing,
black will start.
same. It seems like it'll be pretty deciding. I wonder how many of these players are going to be uh, surprised by those placements versus if there's any kind of implicit consensus that came through during the auction. But one other thing we were talking about potential witches openings. One other thing I
Hmm.
was seeing for them was this setup it isn't super coin rich. We're missing a couple of the bonus tiles with coins on them, and you've got
Hmm.
the temple cult reward, but that's round two. Witches
Yep.
could open fire one with a priest
With the
cult if they start on
priest.
the priest scroll. And that's a pretty
Hmm.
nice priest to fire given the first three rounds. Now, those cult rewards aren't mind blowing, but it is kind of a 3-for-1
Hmm. Hmm.
special.
Yeah, I mean, same with Darklings, right? Like they might want to do that.
That's true. Darklings are starting with a priest. This is the type of thing I tend to forget going into these games. But yeah, that'd be interesting. I mean, I think Fire One is a probably more natural starting favorite tile for Darklings in a lot of cases. Depends on the setup, obviously, compared to Halflings. But yeah, either of those two factions could look
Oh,
pretty happy here with
okay.
C1
H5. I
H5.
was wondering about that.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you think about these placements for Darklings?
Well, it's great for nomads to now have somebody in the west with them. Um,
I would love this as halflings too if I'm playing halflings here. Like, I'm not sure about connection,
yeah,
but I
right.
think halflings are going to get another neighbor. Yep, exactly. The neighboring witch is over there, and I think they could have a really strong economic start. I guess
Yes, I
connection
think
is the issue, though,
Halai is hoping for double dig round one, which
which
is
is yeah,
why you want to start E9 so that you have two spots to dig.
yeah, that makes sense. So you're thinking witches start worker power and leave nomads with priest and first seat.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
do just
although Darklings did just start on spade, so now big
okay.
building that could change a lot of what we were thinking going into this.
Oh no, yellow is doing the thing where they hold brown hostage.
Yep. And I wonder if this is a little bit of an example of what you're talking about on G4 there. Oh, between the two opening placements, halflings can't take double dig safely.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Although, do nomads really want E5? I don't know. Actually, no, they do because then they can get G2.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that could be a town for them, assuming witches don't beat them to
Mhm.
G2 or anything. But this changes what we were sort of talking about generally. Halflings now, after a bit of a long think, end up on worker power. So they'll have access to the double dig, but like you said, challenges not having that get interrupted by nomads. And then that means witches start on priest, and nomads have big
Oh,
building or coins.
big building.
Yeah,
I think I would like coins. Do we want to float big building though?
yeah. So then who gets double dig here? Because like you were saying, halflings can't
Well,
really safely take it unless single dig goes early.
um, no, I think like I would if I'm going double dig as halflings, just build E5 first, and then like, do you think nomads take G5? I'm not sure.
I guess not. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, witches do start on the priest and send it to fire immediately so that they get that over
Mm-hmm.
darklings. So I'm guessing this is going to be a fire one start from
Mm-hmm.
witches. Seems like the thing to do at this point.
I almost think they all want fire one.
It does look good here. Yeah. Yeah, and let's see. So early track.
Because like
Oh, sorry.
nomads are going to want shipped like somewhat early, I think. There's no temp ship. Yeah, I feel like they all kind of want fire one,
Yeah.
including halflings.
Okay, darklings take a second priest here. Interesting. So
Okay.
Darklings sending two priests to fire here? Are they hoping to get enough leech for the? There's no way they're getting enough leech
No. Oh, yeah, they don't have
for the workers. So maybe it's
the
a dwelling
workers.
rush. I'm really curious to see. So I guess Darklings would have to upgrade ship. I mean, it's kind of weak dwelling rush unless I'm missing something, right? Oh no, they're on the spade
I
tile.
think
They're on the spade tile, so they can upgrade ship and then do dwelling rush across the north. B2,
hmm.
B3, A7, A4. That's what I'm
Okay, they can
seeing.
also
Yeah.
just go D2, E2, E1 and I8 or
D2.
something.
Oh yeah, that's true. Save the coins.
That's the same, yeah, four new dwellings.
2, 3, and
And I think
I8.
it's
Yeah.
nice to deny E2 to nomads.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so this is a
So
pretty
will
spicy
Philippe
start so far.
is Philippe going stronghold?
I wonder. I mean, that would. I mean, I think
It's
D2
so low
loses
coin.
D2 either way. No, take single dig. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Felipe could now defend E2 against Darklings if they do go that route you were talking about.
Mhm.
Because starting on a big building tile, they can still open temple and do a hard dig.
Yeah, but not build on it.
Right. So it's riskier, but
Mhm.
it's I think threatening that could be enough to disincentivize Darklings from going that route. And then yeah, now that single dig's taken, halflings can safely double dig.
Oh,
I love this opening as halflings. Whenever I can
right. The
get down
three
like
new
3 new
dwellings.
dwellings. Also, it's a dwelling round that doesn't hurt. This is kind of beautiful. Wow, so Darklings do still push that line. I mean, I guess they can defend it either way. They've still got
They
without shipping, they've
can,
got 2 priests
yeah.
in hand. So maybe Felipe with a round 3 stronghold can still defend that town in the west. But losing E2 is definitely a bit of a blow. Alternatively, I mean, if Felipe really, really wants it, I don't imagine he does. But if any of these hexes feel crucial to nomads here, they can convert down. They can take one more worker using power. Wow. So he does it.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow. So that's a really important hex. Okay. Because now, yeah, with the power situation, Felipe is going to be able
Hmm.
to still build a temple, but is probably going to have to burn more power than he wants to do so.
That's true.
It depends on because halflings can just deny the leech, right? I guess witches are upgrading
It's an interesting choice to go with that E2 with the E2 instead of E5.
instead of E5. Yeah.
Seems nice for Zook.
Yeah, this looks pretty nice for halflings for sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I have not been keeping up with chat very much, but we've got a spicy take here saying that water one looks pretty good for halflings here. That's interesting. But a lot of talk about
Water
fire
one?
one. Yeah. Yeah.
One. Water one.
Yes.
And just go TPs early kind of thing?
I don't know. I don't know, but that's what Wysoma, I think that's Dwarf Hamster, who another really strong player, kind of on par with these
Hmm.
folks. I think it was a very creative player in chat here, so I don't know, maybe Zavok will see that line too. But okay, what did we just see? We just saw an undo. Darklings dug H4. Okay. Water one into air one. Tall two town halflings. Interesting, very interesting. All right, so yeah, Darklings end up. This is a really interesting situation in the on the west of the map. I feel like I do not see this kind of aggressive building. Uh, like I don't know that I've seen this too often with yellow and black over there, like really defending their hexes,
Hmm.
rushing out dwellings. Oh, but look at this. Felipe did get enough for the workers action. Oh, no, but the workers action got taken. Ooh, okay. Witches took the workers action. So are they going to double temple? Are they going to do a stronghold? What are witches up to here? Which means nomads pass without a temple round one.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's a temple round two, so you can see the logic, but I can't imagine that was Felipe's plan A.
I was going to say, if they had converted to a worker to build that temple, then I think it's really good for halflings for nomads to get like kind of a slowish start.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ghostly says no temple darklings. What could go wrong? Yeah, I feel like I'm sure I've seen a darkling's dwelling rush go really well. I feel like more times
Mhm.
than not, lacking the priest production early just hurts them so bad. And favorite tiles are so good in Terra Mystica. It's really tough to not have one of those going into
Well,
round two.
they'll get it. They'll go temple and then SA round three.
Right. It
So it
builds to the
is
track,
one
certainly.
priest fewer. Yeah.
But coins look tough. I mean, their power situation, since they're building dwellings, they're not getting a ton of leech. And right now they have 11, effectively 12 coins.
Hmm.
I guess if they temple fire one and then convert some workers, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're. I'm a little scared for them. I guess I'll say I'm a little bit scared for them.
This is a two temple witches.
Yeah, apparently. Fire one. Do you think it's going to be double econ? Fire one,
Mm,
Earth two.
can they land on big building?
It doesn't look to me like halflings want big building, but I guess I'm not sure what their alternatives are. Halflings took fire one as well. It might be their best
Mm,
option. Well, yeah, halflings will be taking spade. It looks like they've done everything they want to do this round, so continues to look really nice for them. And as the 40 faction here, despite being sandwiched, they're already up to 46 points, and it looks like they're going to be landing on the spade probably, unless Halai decides to snap that right now.
I wonder if Darklings are going to do the water one route. They could just go temple and two new. Can they do that? Temple, two new teepees, and just
You
town.
think an early town? That would be very interesting. Would it be for Tukey? Coin Town, maybe?
Maybe a yeah. I guess they don't really need ship. I don't actually know where this Darklings game is going.
Same. That's the thing. I really can't. I can say confidently that I've never pulled off Darkling's Dwelling Rush well, so I just don't. It's hard to know where to go with it. But Hawaiian in the
Oh.
game chat is saying nice start for Sevok here. Seems like
Uh-huh.
that's the
I don't know about
consensus.
this.
Yeah.
Like they started Earth 1 to
Earth one,
they
fire
need a they
one,
really would like double dig, which I guess they might yeah, okay, they'll be able to get that, it looks like.
which is getting double dig this round. Yeah, it doesn't look too contested. Sevok saying I've thrown better games.
Hmm. They need three more power, which is they'll get one. They'll put one priest to cult at least. Actually, probably two. Yep. I
Yeah, right, right.
okay.
Which is good coins. Um,
Priest to air, priest to fire.
for witches, yeah, that looks nice. That
Mm-hmm.
first priest to air for witches is always so nice. Just bumping up to the 5 spot, getting 3 power in the process. And in this case, there's no air rewards, but that's going to be worth 2 coins pretty immediately here. And then, it's already really strong cold standing. So interestingly, Darklings decided to upgrade D2 and offer nomads a ton of leech.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like Felipe on nomads is very happy to take all this leech here. And has what it takes to get out two temples this round for nomads. So to me, um, that feels almost worth not having built the temple round one. But I still read this as a bit of a backup plan for nomads. I'm guessing they were hoping for the workers action last round, but I don't know. We'll have to see how it develops. Yeah, it should also be said. Nomads people in chat talking about Nomad's coin situation. Nomads took the coins action this round, so are stocked up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't imagine they're going to use those all immediately, but with potentially a stronghold next round, they're
Yeah, I think
gonna they're gonna be glad
that's
they have
happening.
them. Yeah. Would you take the workers action as nomads here?
Oh, okay. Temple, what? Earth 1 is this?
Yeah,
Mm,
Earth one.
I don't think they need the workers.
Yeah, I guess they'd much prefer to
I
pass
think
onto the
just
big
pass
building
quickly.
tile.
Yeah, pass
Yeah.
quickly onto big
I guess
building.
another question for you: if you're nomads, would you build a second temple, or is that trading post in the middle just becoming your stronghold?
I think so.
Yeah,
Like for what, right? Like what would they build a second temple for?
yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I wouldn't hate having Fire One here still. It comes back with a worker too, but
With
I
all those
don't
coins,
imagine. Yeah,
I'm guessing he's going to pass and then take coins again. So I don't think he
yeah.
needs fire one. If anything, maybe probably not. No, he doesn't need water one. Oh, in fact, I think he'll go SA stronghold both.
Ooh, that's nice. But is he going to be able to? Halflings still have an action. Witches still have an action. Darklings may pass before. It looks like Felipe is safe to take the workers here to me, and then pass on to big building for the coins. Because who's passing?
Um.
Oh no, he does go with two temples. Okay.
Oh.
So all the
Hmm.
copies of Fire 1 and all the copies of Earth 1 are gone. Those are the first 6 favorite tiles taken.
Hmm. Don't know if I like this second temple.
Yeah. And it does 2 current coin conversions here.
Oh no.
You were expecting the town from Darklings. This is a very interesting Darklings game. So leaving a trading post up, getting 2 points for it off the bonus tile, but not something you often see round 2 from Darklings, and then passing on to ship scoring. I mean, that gives them the power for coins, which is, I'm guessing, most of what they want out of it. But so Darkling's probably winning the race to the north there, B2.
See, like, don't you think the passing on to the big building for Philippe Bar was better?
You know, when you, I think so, but I'm not gonna pretend to be on a 721 elo level. I mean, not that elo's everything here, but Felipe also a finalist in the Terra Mysticon
Hmm.
finals too, the one that you had won the first you
Yeah,
were
he's
there.
very solid, very consistent player.
Really, really strong player. So seemed to think it through and decide this was definitely the best line. So I am really curious to see how it'll play out because that would two temples seemed like obviously on the table, but I'm not sure if it necessarily seemed like the best option here. So but we'll see.
All
I'm really
right,
curious to see where it goes.
guessing priest to water,
Yeah,
maybe.
hit the last 3 spot, get 2 coins from it.
All right, I kind of think maybe not the stronghold now.
Yeah,
Oh, never mind. Priest to earth. I kind of like priest to water because then he could go SA water one.
yeah, yeah. That's interesting. So they're playing pretty fast here. We're into round 3.
Hmm.
Couple of things I'm seeing here. Darklings is the one faction that didn't get Earth One. Um, Witches passed uh, earlier than they needed to in order to secure the big building tile here, because they had what they needed to build the dwelling on F6 if they wanted it. And a couple of these players opening this round with priests to cult here. So witches get the first priest to water.
Hmm.
The other one we didn't talk about yet is that last round, halflings were on the dig bonus tile, the spade scroll, and they dug G6 halfway.
Oh,
So challenging witches to really securing their town space over witches in that spot, which hurts for witches. That makes the town a bit uglier for sure.
yep. Hmm.
But I mean, I wonder, we were talking about Nomad's decisions last round. They did land on the spade tile here. So that playing a long round let them pass fourth and end up on that. So that, I mean, that does look good for them. I'll say that. If they had taken the coins in early pass, they wouldn't have that free spade.
Yeah, but then they would have probably built their stronghold
I
and
guess the
then had
stronghold is
bull.
just kind of like a better spade, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think there's any race to the north here? Darklings are thinking they don't have what they need to actually dig build B2. So I wonder if Nomads are headed up there this round.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that seems more fruitful than G2.
Yeah.
This witch's start is a little slow, but they're looking really good on cults. Will they?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't imagine Darklings want to key, do they?
They don't have any priest to cult yet. I mean, it's a very generically strong town, but
Not
situationally
if you're
speaking, I
just
wouldn't
gonna
really
get,
put this. Yeah,
yeah, just a bunch of third places is not helpful.
it's not too inspiring. No, they take
There
the
we go.
shipping town. Yeah, that makes sense. But Nomads have tempo on B2 now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um, so I imagine with that ship upgrade, that's what they want. I mean, I could even, as Nomads here, I would maybe consider taking probably single spade, maybe double spade to take B2, G2, because that gives you, that's 2 digs for 4 hexes, basically.
But if they want to build their SA, they don't have enough workers.
That's true. Yeah, it would kind of be either the dwellings or the sanctuary, not both. Or 4 dwellings and or the sanctuary. You could sanctuary 2 dwelling here, I think.
I guess you're right. Yeah, 4 new dwellings is quite strong.
Yeah, I mean they're on Earth 1. They just need to watch their
Mm-hmm.
coins, but again, tempo wise, that 7 coin tile sitting open is pretty nice. So like there's last round we were talking about some of the benefits of whoever passed first, whoever passed last got the spade there. It looked like, but for next round, 7 coins looks pretty nice for all these players. Even Nomads who look flush, but will be out before we know it, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure, if they don't work on it.
I guess I just like the SA because they're if they want a town next round for nomads, like they
Right.
want that.
Then they just do the E3 town.
Hmm.
Yeah, so maybe they. I wonder. I think there's a chance they'll consider using that priest as a worker, get the sanctuary out and build one more dwelling, or is that priest too valuable?
Oh, okay. I kind of wanted them to put their priest to fire, but that last the fourth spot's taken. So yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
I'll,
just
I'll take him.
just turn it into a worker.
Yeah, they got 2 temples out, so they're gonna have 2 next round anyhow. They're not hurting for them.
Hmm.
Okay, the witch's stronghold. No huge surprise there. But this is definitely a build up and then build out kind of game for witches here. I guess they'll be I
Mm,
guess they'll be
I
towning
don't.
next round through D5.
Yeah, it feels slow. It feels very slow, especially because the later track is up also. So like building up and then building more up is
Yeah.
especially as the opposite a sandwich, like you want to take advantage of your free space and get your dwellings out.
Right. Yeah, and I don't see I guess their leech hasn't like totally dried up or anything like that. It looks like they still are going to be getting some power by structures here. Oh, nomads go to 2 ship. That's very interesting.
It is.
So Darklings ended up upgrading shipping there and passing for 3 points off the bonus tile, but not using the shipping that they upgraded. They built down an H4 to secure that instead. Do you see a like connected 3 town game plan for Darklings here? Does that look realistic if they can get through E4 before halflings get there? Or I guess you could just dig through F1 and then get like that southwest town. I don't know. I'm trying to think of where Darklings go from here without.
3 towns seems tricky.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
Oh,
say.
interesting. Which is choosing to go C4 with their flight. Well, looking at network in general, there's a lot of this game left to shake out. But who? I feel like I can't make sense of it. I feel like witches I would expect to be in really great network position, but like you say, their game looks maybe a little bit slow. And I would add
Hmm.
coin tight. They could take a coin down next
Hmm.
round if they get an easy spade. Nomads look pretty good. I guess they're not too squeezed on space, but sort
Yeah,
of
I think
wondering.
nomads
Yeah,
they're like a 2 ship. They're going E8 before they're securing their connection, and yeah, I think they're winning network.
yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I see. So they're going to go E8 first, then B4, and that's why
Hmm.
Witch is built on C4. Okay, I sort of missed that route somehow. I was thinking they'd ship north from those north hexes, but that makes perfect sense, obviously. So, given that they went 2 temples and skipped the stronghold this round, how are you thinking nomads are looking at this point in your estimation?
Um, Pretty good. Are they towning next? I guess they'll force a town next round. Oh, they land on big building, maybe?
Yeah, because they can be done with their round now if they want to. But I suppose there could be
Mm,
benefit stalling out halflings if they have something productive to do. Oh no, yeah, no, they're gonna be last to pass. So what are halflings going for? There's talk in the
they'll
chat
go
about
big building.
yeah, so that's definitely a bummer for nomads then, if they did want. Well, yeah. Well, in any case, Nafgar in chat is talking about how halflings look likely to get Tukey Town here and how that looks very nice for them.
It's true, but they will not connect.
Yeah, yeah. So they're gonna need as many points as they can from elsewhere. They did just Sanctuary in a big building round, so they got 5 points secured. Water 1, so they've set themselves up to score in a number of ways here, but they've got the point lead currently. We'll see.
All right, Philippe landing on ship points is pretty good. He had like a lot of options this round. It's hard for me to really decide like if this was the best route, but he really did need to make sure he's beating halflings to like E8.
Yeah, totally.
Not not that halflings look very close to that.
Well,
Mm,
they would have to maybe take the ship town. I'm not sure, but I mean, halflings could still sneak into D6 maybe, but you know, with witches looking like they got a town, and I'm not sure that. I think connection's just sort of already
no,
dead for them, right? There's no
yeah, I
real
don't think they
way.
can.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So witches do get the double spade here. So this looks perfect for them. I wasn't following it closely enough to see if there was much of a gamble in that, but the way they've played this, they got the spades they needed, and they've got the workers they need to finish this town. Sorry, the coins they
Yep.
need to finish this town. I do like where Witch's game is going at this point for sure. Oh,
There's one
halflings go
water, one left.
coins. Yep, right. So Darklings got water
Oh,
one,
what?
halflings did.
Coin Town.
Yeah, halflings rush the coin town. And now Darklings do connect through or do make it to the middle, to the south through E4. This is very interesting. That's not what I would have expected from halflings.
Yeah.
They can't two town this round, right? If they upgraded digs to get D4, they're going to be coin short, aren't they?
They'll be worker short.
Yeah, right. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Yeah, right. They don't
Yeah.
have, they're not even close. So
Mm-mm.
interesting. Not what I expected from halflings here. And yeah, Nafgar, who, no, Kritchner pointing out that Nomad's getting the coins action fourth seed here. So that looks very nice for them. But who's gonna have
Yes.
what it takes to get water one here? I guess witches are acting now. They look too poor to take water one to me. I think nomads end up with water one
Yeah.
here.
Nomads will get it.
I like the way nomads games look. They're flush on resources. They've kind of done a pretty standard build order that you kind of want to see, just generically like efficient. They built out their dwellings. Now that they're almost full on dwellings, they're gonna get water one, and then they'll start building out their trading posts. They're gonna pass for 6, maybe 9 points this round. I'm starting to really like their game, but their points obviously a lot lower than some of these other
Mm,
folks.
this is a nice halflings pass.
Yeah, trading post
One,
style
two.
going into the trading
Ooh.
post round.
But will they get the power for a coins action?
That's the big question. I wonder if they thought, because they could have sent a priest a cult to pick up a little more power. I wonder who they thought was threatening the pass there. Darklings? I don't know. I guess maybe they're just really confident that they will be getting that power. F6. That's what it is.
I
I
mean,
think
they also
witches
just
will be building F6 this round no matter what.
they also have enough coins for. Well, they want to upgrade digs.
Yep.
Dig D4.
And trading post E5, D4.
Hmm. Do halfling? It's there's only one more town for halflings. Yeah.
I assume so. I'm trying to think of where else they could they one ship to anywhere? See, they could maybe one ship to like G1 to try to squeeze out of town, but I think Darklings beat them down there every time now. So, yeah, I think there's only 2 towns in it for halflings.
I think darklings are going right. Oh, they don't have any priests.
They could take a priest action here, but it leaves them a little scary on coins.
Yeah.
And yeah, missing out on the town round for Darklings here, a little bit of a bummer. And still, yeah, still no one with the 2 key town yet. Would you consider
No,
it as
witches took it.
nomads? Oh, they did. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
witches
Yep,
got it.
that makes sense. They just did. Okay. Yep. Yeah, yeah. They just took that. I missed that. My mistake.
No water one for witches. Hmm. They would really like to build then all their TPs next round. It
Absolutely.
doesn't look like they'll be able to do that.
And they're on no shipping. They still have their stronghold action, but this is to me this looks kind of like what you were talking about earlier, where it just looked a little bit slow. Like you with the trading post round next round, as
Hmm.
witches, you'd ideally want to end this round with kind of all your dwellings out.
Yeah.
They're going to get 2 more out easy. Maybe they could stretch to get 3 out, but I'm not sure that that is going to make sense town space wise. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried for them. Which is on 40 VP right now. Nomad's just behind them on 37,
Yeah,
but Halfling's way
there's a
out ahead.
chance that darklings get the. Oh, they also need a power
Oh
for
wow,
the coins action.
interesting. Well, Halflings are definitely going to be offered a lot of leech on F6. Would you take that?
I
It's a 4/6 for 5.
I think I would, but I don't know if witches will do that
Okay, you're thinking they're going to skip it.
because they can just build B5 A10.
Oh, you think they're taking like single dig here?
Mm, 2. Maybe.
I feel like as witches, I would just build as many dwellings as I could. Yeah, so they could single dig B5, A10. Yep, there's B5, and then use their stronghold for F6. But yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe they'll just stronghold A10 and call it around.
Or ooh, G3 gives Darklings the coins.
Right, so they kind of can decide here. I imagine that Halaya's witches here still feels that halflings are a bigger threat. So denying the leech on F6, I wouldn't be
Mm,
surprised, yeah, like you were saying, if we see that.
but he still has enough to build, yeah, well, a lot of TPs for sure.
Witches, you mean?
Halflings, even without the
Halflings.
coins action.
I think witches need that coin tile pretty badly here. What are you expecting nomads to do? Do they town this round for like a little economic boost, or do they save the trading post for next round? It's kind of
I
this.
think
It's basically the same track points either way.
I think I would do the TPs.
Yeah, they
Like
could
with
even
Earth
take uh
with
um
Earth 2.
two. Yeah, so they're getting two spades coming in.
Oh yeah.
6.
Will anybody give them neighbor at B3 though?
Yeah, that's a good question. I could see nobody coming up there, so that's a little bit of a scary town. I mean, they could dig across the whole north there, A6, A7, A8.
Oh,
Maybe
that's
that's what
true.
they end up
Yeah.
doing because they've got a
Okay.
couple spades coming from the Colts. In
Yeah.
fact, they'll
So they'll
probably get a spade off the
A6,
Colt next round
A7.
too.
Uh-huh. Okay, okay, yeah, they're okay.
But I think that's it, right? They're probably not going to build a stronghold and manage a third town off of the center there.
Yep. No, I
So
think
it'll be a two-town game
that's it.
plan. But like you say, they are on. They're looking good on network, but they are on 40 points here. So
So Halai flew to I6 to not give Darklings or Halflings power.
oh wow. Yeah, so this is an ambitious witches game plan, is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing wanting two more towns, G3, I6, G1, F2. That's a lot of structures.
All right, well, now they can get coins. That's good.
Darklings because of the leech from nomads.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that. Okay. I meant the witches will land on the coins
Oh,
scroll.
the coins scroll. Yep, yep, yep. Gotcha. Yeah, just kind of playing this game of chicken, which is yeah, it looks like Halai made the read you made, which is that nomads wanted to town this round. So
Hmm.
managed to take their time, get out their dwellings, and are still going to be able to pass on coins, we think.
Is this a coin town?
I probably would. Or two key. Okay.
Mm. 8 point.
Oh, 8 point down. Yeah. Gosh. Somehow I keep forgetting which just took it already. But I mean, that looks really nice for their points. They do desperately need points, but yeah, we think it helps them get to the fourth spot on water too for that next round cult reward. So they're going to be getting three
Nice.
spades off
Yep.
the Colts, and we think they'll probably land on that spade tile for next round as well. The Nomads game really looking like it's coming together to me. And they're passing for 6 points here too, which is not too bad.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
With two trading posts already up going into a trading post round, it's possible Nomads get to do the thing where they pass off of this scoring tile, this excuse me, the bonus tile, the ship scoring
Hmm.
tile, onto the spade, and then make it out of the round quickly to get back onto ship scoring. That could look really nice for them here, depending on who else is looking to do a potentially short round.
Although I do really love like TPs plus a air one and another TP. Can they afford
Yeah.
that?
Yep.
Maybe
Totally.
not. Actually, yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, I'm sure Felipe's mind isn't made up yet. I'm sure it'll be a sort of decision over the course of the round, but you got to think he's probably eyeing it. All right, we're headed into round 5 here. I'm going to step away for just a minute, Jekyll, but I'll be right back.
Sure.
Okay, I am back. Sorry for stepping away there. What did I miss?
Mm, green flew to G3. I was thinking about the nomad situation, and I think I would focus on, like, he's building the two yellows in the north that he end of round dug,
Hmm.
and I think I would rather he just built TP's air one and passed. I think he could have afforded that. I don't think he can afford with these dwellings because I really don't think like the northern yellows are like threatened by brown.
Yeah, they don't look threatened to me. I wonder if it's just sort of managing buildings for the type of economy he wants. Because I could see nomads just planning to finish on. Is that right? No, I guess it's a matter of when and if he gets down that next temple trading post dwelling. Because right now, getting 2 trading posts and 4 dwellings down looks pretty easy.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
as
I think he
nomads, I
needs
guess
to
you're planning to
build.
land on finish on 2 structures. Maybe you just want the trading post up at the end of this round for the coins. I don't know. Sorry, what were you starting to say there?
Yeah, he definitely wants to get at least one more temple out. So I think like building it this round with the TP as well is really nice. Two, four, six.
You know what I'm just
Okay.
realizing?
Hmm.
Witches dug F6 round 1, and they still haven't built there.
Oh wow. Oh, it was
That was
round
that was
two.
that part of their double dig, wasn't it? Round 1?
Yeah, round two.
Round 2, I'm sorry. Yep, you're right. They opened round 2.
You're
Still.
right. And
Wow.
they even had the resources to build F6 at the time, and they passed early onto,
Yeah. Yeah,
what
totally.
was it, big building or something. All right, so Philippe Bar can afford 3 TPs in a temple right now,
Okay. I mean, that looks
and
really nice
then
then.
he'll go in with enough dwellings or enough workers to finish out his dwellings.
Yeah, and the town space will be all carved out by the beginning of next round because I imagine it'll be spade scroll on A8 and
Hmm.
then
End
finish
of round dig.
yeah, right, the cold spade to finish it off. I feel like everyone's game's kind of coming together here, but there's a little bit of a game of chicken. Halflings with upgraded digs here, securing their town space. There's like a little bit of a timing thing where nomads want a neighbor in the north. I guess they've worked around that at this point, but
Hmm.
Darklings did head to the southeast, like I was wondering about much earlier on, where if they get a neighbor, they could end up on 3 towns with fire too here, potentially.
I don't see anybody giving them neighbor.
Yeah, that's the problem. I guess, it would have to be nomads on H1, but nomads would, if they did need that hex for network, they would take as long as they needed to delay. Unless, hear me out, what if Darklings have a way to delay long enough, I would expect to potentially get nomads on H1. If not, I would think to maybe get witches on G1, and
That's
then you can
true.
do a stronghold in in the stronghold round. I'm not sure they have the workers to pull that off, but maybe they. I don't know. We'll see. But I could see around 6 stronghold potentially in the cards for Darklings here, depending on how hard they go on trading posts this round. I'm not sure their economy can quite handle that now that I'm saying it, but we'll see.
Yeah, they have. If they want to do this, oh, it does look like they might want to do this town.
F6 finally gets built. Now halflings have to decide if they want that mega leech.
Oh, they took it.
They got big plans. What town do
Hmm.
you think halflings are taking here? Do they need the coins badly enough to take that? Probably not to take that town. Maybe they go with like the 8-pointer or something, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I like 8 point.
Nomads elect to use their spade bonus on G2 rather than up in the north.
Oh. Oh, maybe they do go for a third town. Can they possibly?
I don't think so, no. I think it's just they would have 3 hexes at this point. They already built their sanctuary.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Darklings just took I7. Oh, I guess that wouldn't have been part of
Mm-hmm.
a town anyways, but
Mm-hmm.
I think if
Okay.
I'm
Huh.
Darklings here, I'm taking all the leech I could possibly get, but I'm just not getting any. Because I think Darklings would really benefit from, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see where they end up, but I guess they're third on network either way. They're not getting very many cult points. I think I'm a little bit worried for them here, too.
Yeah, their points are not where you would want them to be.
So that's interesting. Nomads digging G2 and then building a trading post there. They had the neighbor on E8 or G4, so they didn't need the neighbor. I wonder if they just wanted to threaten I7 just on the off chance that Darklings didn't dig it. Because otherwise, it's a little bit of a
I
curious
think
dig
that,
they could have dug anywhere.
yeah.
Like you could have dug D6 to make sure you have access to B6 if you need another hex. I don't know. That's interesting to me. Yeah, someone pointing out in chat, ship scoring looking very juicy right now. I think if I'm nomads, I'm passing on my next action for that for sure. But it's just a matter of if Darklings or Witches want it first. Witches certainly want to build out another trading post or two here, right? Probably two. One,
Yes. Yes, I would think so.
two. Yeah. Nomads could end up with it again. That would look really, really nice for them.
Darklings do want another TP, but they could pass.
Yeah, they go for it.
Hmm. Well, Zevok has a crap ton of points.
Yeah. Halfling's already on 107 here. Taking More leech too, taking a big 2 for 3.
Huh. What is his plan for the last round?
I don't know. We can hope the stronghold is a part of it, but I I don't know. Maybe maybe temple like fire 3 could be an important swing, or I'm not sure. 'Cause I don't
Mm,
think stronghold really has a place here in my mind
I'd rather
unless he
have
gets on
air
the big
one.
building tile. Yeah, that makes sense. But I guess if you're building up like as halflings here, I guess dwellings are points too, but I would think either stronghold TP dwellings or like temple trading post for the points in a tall
Oh,
game.
whoops.
I don't know.
Felipe didn't convert enough.
Oh no. Oh, you hate to see that. That's too bad. Did well, that's interesting. Felipe did one conversion. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, definitely could have done one more. Oh, that's too bad.
Hmm.
But first to pass gets ship scoring. Gonna take the coins action. Got one town coming in. Network win. With the cult town, Nomad's not looking too bad on cults either. Air looking pretty wide open for a second place here. And water looks like there's still some space to fight for first and second too.
I mean, what are nomads doing? Are they upgrading digs?
Oh, I would love to see that. I don't see that they, you know, if they could get another town out of it, I could totally see it. But as it is, it would just be a point stump, right?
Yeah, and they really want to make sure they're getting down to two structures, beat witches.
Yeah. Well, there's talk in chat too here. Keslu saying he thinks it makes sense for halflings to just kill witches third town here, digging D7. It's at almost no cost to yourself, but it really hurts one of your opponents.
Right.
I wonder if
Yeah.
that's on Zavok's mind. Someone else saying, glad to see also the best players mess up end of round power conversions. Yeah, I mean, these guys are so good, but everybody's human.
I'm kind of hmm, how
It,
much did Zevok need those huge power acceptance?
I'm very curious. I'm curious what they're going to be used for. Zavok could pass 2, 3, depending on what witches do here. Could pass on to the big building tile, and at that point, the stronghold could make sense. I don't know if you needed that much power to afford it or not, but it looks to me like Darklings are getting third on network no matter what. I don't think there's any competition there. I don't think Halflings can really push them on that.
So halflings do need to take D7 now if they're going to.
Yep,
Does he think Halai can beat him?
yep, goes for it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really tough for witches.
Yeah, that
That might be a
sounds
nail
like
in
a
the coffin there. I think those
yeah, I was
extra.
gonna say death sentence, yeah.
I mean, with witches, if that's their third town, that's effectively, in all likelihood, a 15-point town. So that's
Hmm.
tough. It does mean that Darklings will certainly be getting their neighbor on G1,
Yeah.
right? Uh, yeah.
The
Uh,
only thing is, whoa, where's witches putting their dig? Because they don't have ship.
oh, very good question.
Has to
They
be
were
one of
probably
those
planning
red.
on D7. Yeah. So at this point, yeah. Where did you say you thought they would put it?
One of the reds, D6, A12, one of those,
Yeah.
right?
They do end up on the big building tile. Um, so halflings won't be getting points off of the pass tiles. Felipe does dig. Nomads do A8 halfway, so it looks like they will be planning to do the very long, snaky town up there.
All right. So Zevok at 122. Philippe Bart. Do we think he's like in the second position?
I kind of think so. I'm not sure how sneaky this Darklings game is going to be. They no cult points, 6 points on network, and there's no stretch for two towns for
No,
them based on how they've built. So I'm
and
not
also
sure.
no Earth One.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think nomads are. I think it looks like it's between halflings and nomads to me after that D7 dig. But yeah, do nomads have enough? We think they're winning network. They're going to pass for, I would assume, 9 points.
Mhm.
You're thinking they might be able to afford dig upgrades for that. That would be another 6 or 12 points there, and they've got Earth One, Water One. So it is a lot of points coming in, but right now they're 40 points behind, not accounting
Kind of
for
wish
cults.
they'd built a temple TP last round.
Yeah.
It's like so many points to get that air one. 4 points plus another three. Yeah,
So witches went
it's
for 812. It looks like
okay.
it makes enough sense. Then they don't can build out that dwelling just for a town
hmm
instead of an expensive trading post or whatever.
So they
Yeah.
still need two ship,
Right. Yep.
right?
Two
And then
six
they're
ship would connect them.
left
Yeah.
with 10 coins. So can mm,
Is this double dig here? Is it just G1 A12 with the double dig, or does that leave them too short on
I think
coins?
they need the coins. Yeah, I think it's more like a hard dig.
Yeah, definitely halflings looking like a commanding position here, but what do we expect them to get for points this round? They
I think
can.
actually witches can maybe afford one dig upgrade, and then they
Okay.
can take a priest town for their two ship.
The old halfway dig. That's interesting.
Maybe I'm just trying to see where their points are going to come from.
Witches do look pretty nice on cults, but a lot of these cults definitely undecided
Are
still.
and yes, like fire looks a little dicey, given that like he doesn't have many priests at his disposal.
Yeah, no cult towns left either.
Mm,
Halai could do a sanctuary fire too here. It's really expensive, but it scores 9 points and it closes out fire.
oh, yes, that's true. He's on the big building. That's You're right. Yeah, because that's a lot of points. Like dig upgrade, it's kind of wash.
Which is also, despite having that town, so Halai using a lot of his clock here, which makes a lot of sense. Um, which is, they might not be out of it. I might have spoken too soon that after digging the hex, Savok had said the that town looked a little bit too strong. Even without it, witches are looking good on endgame scoring. They've got, we think, first or second on network. I mean, I'm guessing tie for first. They could get down to one structure feasibly, um,
Mm,
if they have the hexes for it. And they're looking pretty good on cults with one more town coming. So
I think if they build an SA, they cannot get down to one.
that makes sense. But our nomads aren't
Mhm.
getting down to one anyways, right? So I would take the tie
No.
for network here anyways. But there's a lot to consider, and this is where it's tough with live play. You've got an absolute clock, so you at least know what time you're dealing with here. But Halai using a lot of clock here to kind of think everything through, ends up upgrading ship. But right now, Zavok still has half of the clock left, so full 16 minutes. And Red Rain similarly, and pretty good with plenty of time left. I think
Oh,
all these
interesting.
players are fine on time. I don't think anyone's going to risk going over, but definitely if I'm under 10 minutes here, I'm feeling the pressure a lot more than, with still half my clock.
Oh, I think Zevok is coming after these cults. I think like that priest, he just took a priest. I think some of those are going to air. Like, can witches really defend?
Yeah, yeah, and I'm not sure they're gonna end up with two firsts here. Felipe, Nomad's with a lot of priests too, so it's tough. Yeah, I guess Witch's cult position is probably looking deceptively good right now. Keslu in chat was saying, I think it was Keslu in chat was saying, um, oh no, sorry, Kridgener in chat saying Halfling could do some cult sniping while everyone else is getting their important actions out of the way.
Mhm.
Yeah, look at that, Nomad's dig upgrade. Oh man, you'd love to see it.
Interesting. Does that enable them to get down to two, or do they just give up on that?
For Nomads.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess it's what, it's probably like a worker town. And I don't know. I guess they might be getting second on network, I guess, Witches could be beating them. Witches left their power in a situation where they can take double dig if they want it. And Darkling's forming what we assume will be the last town here. And just going for the 11 pointer. That makes plenty of
Hmm.
sense.
Hmm. Yeah, like without Earth One, this they don't really want to build those dwellings, and they're third either way. So what are they doing?
Yeah. Okay, Witches
They
do
could
go
take a
Sanctuary.
water. Could go a water two. So this is fire two. Hmm.
Water 2 for Darklings.
Yeah, water two for Darklings, a priest to water, and I feel like that's enough to maybe win that.
Yeah, I could see that. It's just so hard to evaluate. Like the point spread is huge right now. It's 20 Zavok ahead of Halflings ahead of Darklings by 20. Darklings ahead of Nomads by 15. And Nomads ahead of Witches by still 10 points now that the town was formed. It looks like we got a undo coming from Witches here. Was this the turn they made that town? Yep. Nafgar pointing out that Witches only need 2 ship for connection, so they might be able to defend air here.
Hmm. Can they get down? I know they can get down two more. Can they get down a third?
For you talking about Witches dwellings?
Hmm.
Yeah, if they take double dig, they might be considering Ship Town here. Just give up one of the cults, take the Coin Town. I'm not sure. Now it looks like Hawaii's going to just go ahead with what they did last time. Yeah, take the Ship Town. Yeah, even I'm not sure witches are in it for first here. I think without the
No,
town, they might.
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think they're just hurting too much. It's too much to make up. But the real question is then, do you think Nomads? Do you think Felipe can catch Zavok's halflings here, or are halflings just too far ahead? They got a dig upgrade
Well,
coming, a town, probably a second dig upgrade, I assume. A town, big bonus tile pass.
hmm. I mean, there's a chance that witches can't get down to two structures. Three, six. Actually, maybe they can. No, maybe they can. Okay.
I feel like if they make it a priority, they'll be able to one way or another. double dig and worker conversions as needed.
Hmm.
That said, Darklings could block it if they think they're fighting for a second or a third or whatever. Darklings could really easily just tap F2 with one of their priests.
Right.
Like you said, they probably don't care to build out dwellings here without Earth 1, so. Yeah, Felipe with the second dig upgrade. Oh, I love round 6 dig upgrades. It doesn't matter the faction, I'm always hoping to do it as a player. So this is
I
very
can't
exciting for me.
I can't help but think that he should have gone air one and another TP last round and just try to build all
Yeah.
his dwellings this round. Because he doesn't have enough, right, for temple TP and 3 dwellings, even with the dig upgrades.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, look at no Darklings sitting on 5 priests. One of them will be a ship upgrade.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted by some administrative stuff here.
It looks like he did double dig.
Yeah, okay, interesting. So that makes a lot of sense. Digging G1 and C2.
Hmm.
So once he's on C2, he definitely has that last hex he needs one way or another. But I wonder if Nomads and or Darklings are considering whether it's worth blocking witches here. Both of them could spend not too many resources to do so. I don't imagine they'll figure it worth it, but
Yeah, I think it has to be Darklings. Like Philippe Bart needs to focus on trying to catch Gzebok. I don't think he can.
yeah, let's see. So this, I'm guessing this will be a priest town,
Priest Town, yeah.
but yeah, but with nomads, it's like if they manage to effectively block witches, they could affect their
Oh, Worker
network
Town.
score.
Okay.
Worker town.
He's going for another TP temple.
That's what it is. Okay, so you think nomads are getting down to two
Yep.
structures here?
He can afford it, yeah.
Yeah, with Earth 1 and Water 1, it seems to make perfect sense. So Air 1's still available.
Actually, I feel like he could have done it with without the workers. I think the priest would have been enough, but maybe not. Yeah, I feel like he had enough.
With the priest instead of the worker town.
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if
I
you can
guess if
hear my
some
daughter saying hello.
Hello. How old is she?
It's a year and a half now.
Cute. That's a cute age.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Just like the explosion of so much talking all of a sudden, and yeah,
Hmm.
it's very fun. All right, so Red Rain did end up digging, Darklings end up digging
Hmm.
C2 to red here, so blocking witches. So it does feel to me like they're fighting each other for third place. So
Mm.
that makes perfect sense. And yeah, Darklings with just a couple of digs and a pass left, basically, right? They're going to be. I don't see a trading post making more sense than just using their
Whoa,
priest
that's a
for
big
digs.
one. Okay. He took a 4 for 5.
Oh wow, that was from the witch's build. Okay,
Mm, yeah.
interesting. Okay,
Well, I think it allows him for his third ship upgrade, which is also a lot of points.
that makes sense. Yeah, that's a 7 point chip upgrade. So,
Mm,
and yeah, nomads, no issues with access to their hexes here, right? They've
or
got could always use a priest as a worker. They
yeah,
need one, two,
they
three more workers for structures. They've got 2 hexes open. Yeah, so they're safe. No one can really block them on network here. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it lands. I mean, Nomad's gonna pass for what, 14? Sorry, 13 points plus the structures they're about to build.
mhm.
And Zavok not really aggressively attacking the cults like we sort of expected. What has Zavok been up
Well,
to here?
I think he's waiting to see what Halai
Yeah.
does because he could either take water or he could take air. I mean, he'd rather take water. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I think there's no way Philippe is catching Zavok.
Wow, Darkling's digging C2 yellow. Is that cheeky because they know that, or does Nomads doing better on network actually help them?
Well, if they're oh, interesting, huh?
Yeah, I don't quite get that because I don't think it mattered, did it? So I guess that's the logic.
Yeah, I'm guessing like if nomads then now build on G2, like he has 2 Priesta, he'll just dig B1,
Yeah, right. Okay.
maybe H1
Because
as
dark,
well.
yeah, as I say, Darklings can just dig both those hexes away. So
Hmm.
someone in chat saying halflings could go for network, but it looks totally dead to me. Oh, yeah, Darklings need to upgrade ship in order to get those 6 points here. They
I
have
mean,
10
surely they do.
structures. Yeah, so no, halflings actually only one structure away from tying for 10 structures here. So they might sneak 3 network points as well. That could be the deciding factor, is how Darklings played this out, potentially. What is that? Zavok advancing shipping here.
Oh,
So yeah, looks like maybe B6, A13 to get third place on network. That's very interesting. 11 structures, B6, A13, Kezlu says in chat. Yeah, wow, okay. I did not see that coming.
wait. That's better than taking water and tying?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's 12 points, right? With the digs and with Earth 1. I'm not sure. But it looks like it might be halflings here either way.
Yeah. Okay. Nomads can afford they can afford a ship upgrade, can't they?
Yep, they
Yep.
can.
Yep.
Yeah,
They have just
they have
enough.
just enough. So that leech was huge for them. I mean, I'm sure they were expecting it from witches, but I'm so excited to see where this lands. I'm not totally convinced halflings are unbeatable here, but they do look like they've kind of stayed out ahead the whole time. And with these network VP coming in, it might be enough. Halflings delaying, by the way, they're digging without building B6. And witches are out. So how much different does this game look if witches get D7 instead of halflings?
Hmm.
I mean, as it stands, witches are getting 3 first places on cults and a tied first on network.
Yeah, but only because halflings are not competing against witches, so they
Right.
didn't take they didn't go aggressively after any of these cults. But I I mean, yeah, winning network or tying for network.
Oh, and Darklings build B3 to get to 11 network. So now they're going to be, so it's 3 points for halflings if they go the network route, not 6.
Mhm.
I did not realize that Darklings had the resources for that. I was thinking they were short. That's interesting.
Yeah, yeah, I think it seems pretty safely Zevok, right?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, what a game. Halflings game plan, not even bothering to connect. Really explosive start. There's some talk in the game chat between the players about um, what hexes Darklings could have or should have dug here.
I feel like maybe witches are ahead of darklings. Is that possible?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, Darklings just really don't have endgame scoring. They've got
Hmm.
3, maybe 4 points. So they're going to finish in the low 120s,
Yeah,
if I'm
four
not
points,
mistaken.
it looks
So,
like.
which is, yeah, I think that's probably a clear fourth. Yeah, so the Darklings Dwelling Rush not panning out here. Ultimately, it
Mhm.
looks like,
Yeah.
and then the big bidding on witches also not totally coming to fruition. So, would be curious to see how the game would have gone also if that alternate reality uh, where
Darklings start
nomads
dig
did the
building.
line, yeah, where nomads did the line you were talking about too. Sorry, I actually have to step away for one
Which
more
one was
moment
that?
here. Oh, the
Okay.
stronghold line, I think.
Oh, okay.
I will be right back. I apologize.
Yep. 12, 15, 47, 50, 150. Oh, wait a minute.
How's it looking?
I think it might be nomads by one.
Is it nomads? Oh my gosh. Their endgame scoring just looked really good.
Nope, it might be a tie just because of Zevok has a point
Oh, a tie. Wow.
in
Okay.
resource points. actually. I think if we're going by Mysticon, um, Zevok has it because he's got more resources.
The first
He's got,
tiebreaker is leftover resources not scored.
yeah, he's got 2 extra
Wow.
coins.
Oh my, what a close game.
Cool.
Wow, good game.
Yeah, nice game. Mm-hmm. Oh, is he talking? It looks like Philippe Art is talking about D4. Could he have dug that instead of G2?
Let's see. Let me pull the final situation back up here. Oh no, it got broken. Okay, well, we won't be able to see it, but C2. Wow, that was really close. Let's see here. Just taking care of a little thing or two here. It is a tie after all, and the tiebreaker goes to Zavok. So just to make the official announcement here, um, I was typing it in chat, but the first tiebreaker here comes into effect between nomads and halflings. So Zavok has 2.5 resources, 2 coins and 1 power not used in endgame conversions. And Felipe has 0 leftover resources. So that is the tiebreaker, and halflings take the win here. Pretty unbelievable game. We were really convinced that that halflings had it all along.
Mm-hmm.
I keep trying to post the link, and I'm having trouble getting it right. Well, let's see. Okay, well, we are gonna try to get Zavok into our voice chat here, so that we can do a little bit of a winner's interview here. But ultimately, a really close game for first place here. Felipe Bart almost with a tie. Fortunately, I don't think that the conversion, missing that coin conversion, would have made a difference. It would not have been enough leftover resources to change the result. So,
Right. He missed just out on 1 coin.
yep, exactly.
Well, it could be that he converted or he took a 2 for 1.
It's
I
true.
don't know if he did.
It's true. Could have came into effect. Wow. So between all of these games, so many close results, which I guess you'd expect to see with such strong players, but pretty
Mhm.
incredible to have a tie for the championship here. And then yep. So Witches Halai ends up getting third place. Red Rain with fourth place on Dark Lanes. So yeah.
Yeah, the halflings, he played like a very kind of humble under the radar game where he just like, I don't know, he just had so many points like every time I would look.
All right. So let's jump into that shared chat room that Zavok is in, Jekyll, and we'll chat there for a minute. I'll see you there in a sec.
Okay.
Okay. Zavok, are you here?
Yes, yes.
Congratulations. What a win. How are you feeling?
Thanks. Thanks. It was exciting game. Very close.
So talk us through it. What were you thinking during the auction? You, if I'm remembering correctly, Halfling started on 40, and you were the player to make that jump to the 40 faction. Well, how were they
Yeah,
looking at that point?
yeah. Like the I think Halflings were clearly the worst faction. They were sandwiched between Darklings and Nomads, and there was no kind of digging around on anything obvious like that. So I figured like there needs to be some kind of a head start. But they were third player instead of, and the Darklings were the fourth player, which means that Halflings plays the last dwelling after Black.
Mhm.
That gives a slight edge, so I figured that I probably get some good town in the east, and I might get a town in the middle, so that's why I jumped. Because even though they were sandwiched, seemed still pretty promising for two towns.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Were you pleased with the placements?
I was, but I was scared of this nomad opening because they had dwelling next to both of my dwellings, which is tricky situation because as long as the single spade is there, the
Mhm.
double spade is kind of, you cannot really use it.
Mhm.
And so I was kind of, it was difficult to kind of find moment when to use it. And even then I had to take a risk, small gamble, and hope that the nomads don't hard dig my hex.
Yes, because they had a choice between E2 and E5, and I thought that both of them were viable because, if nomads don't get E2, like there's always a stronghold line of taking other hexes, and taking E5 guarantees like a center SA town.
Yeah, I was not sure what they were gonna do, but
Hmm.
I thought that I actually didn't believe they would hard dig. I was thinking they would stronghold and take a lot of leech. That's
Hmm.
what I would have done as nomads. So I was kind of believing, okay, they will probably take stronghold. Then I have time to place it. They will get a lot of leech, so they get the coin action, and then they save the western town with the stronghold by sandstorming the green hex.
Hmm.
But they didn't end up going the stronghold way. So I was slightly surprised they did the hard dig, but that turned out to work quite nicely for them anyway.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Felipe's game as Nomads here, managing to tie for first place despite losing on the tiebreaker. Really unconventional first round, starting on the big building tile, not building a temple, and holding out for round two with the two temples. So looked a little bit scary, but it seemed like it just continued coming together over the course of the following rounds.
Yeah, I think it really helped that Darklings upgraded really quickly in West. So they got a ton of leech on
Hmm.
round
Right,
two.
right,
And that kind of, even though the first round was kind of lackluster, then they got a lot of leech and got the engine going from there.
right. Makes
Yeah, I
perfect
would
sense.
say that Darklings and Nomads, there was some tension in the West, and some resources spent like carving out that space, which I do think benefits you.
Yes, exactly. I did benefit from that. And then I was wondering at some point, should I try to connect or not? And it was far from guaranteed. Maybe I could have done it if I had like push for it, but decided that it's too risky. I might win even without the connection, so that's the route I chose. I just wanted to maximize the trading post tile and the trading posts instead of looking for connection. Because if I
Yeah.
try to get the connection, then I probably don't score the trading posts almost at all.
That
Yeah,
would have been
and
like
I
round
mean,
5.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
pushing connection, you don't get down to two structures.
Yeah, probably not. That's also like there's nomads and witches, which
Hmm.
probably both get down to two structures usually. So even if I get connection, that's just 6 points. It's not even worth doing, really.
Yeah.
Yep. The other thing about round 1 or the start of the game, you ended up Darklings ended up going for the spade over the big building tile. Um, did you expect that you'd have a good shot at the spade in seat 3,
Uh,
or were you sort of expecting
I
Darklings to do
yeah,
so?
I So I was thinking that both options are possible because I was considering Darkling openings myself, and I might have done something similar with Darklings. So I was thinking that, okay, I might get the spade, but I think it's likely I don't. And I was actually considering taking the big building tile because my position was such that I couldn't safely double dig. So I was thinking I'll take the big building tile and single dig. But then I figured that, hey, maybe the witches will advance ship and single dig, and once the single dig action is taken, then after that I could double dig. But
Got it.
it didn't turn out to go that way, but that was my line of thought.
You mean
Okay.
after the dig was taken? Like, weren't you always guaranteed with worker power like a temple 3 new dwellings opening?
No, because there is the yellow is next to me, so as long as the single dig
Yes.
is hanging, I cannot take the double dig.
Yes. Okay, I see.
But
Then
I
you
wanted
ended up.
witches to
Oh,
kind of
sorry.
take the single dig from nomads, and after that I can kind of more safely double dig.
Got it. And then you ended up going for. We were sort of debating. People were talking in chat, and Jekyl and I were talking a little bit about what Halflings round 6 looks like once the round had started. Um, you ended up pushing a little bit on cults, but mostly on network. Is that right? At what point did it become clear to you that you were going to build out those structures in the north to push for those
Uh,
network points?
I was just waiting what the Darklings are doing because it looked like Darklings don't have Earth 1 and they were kind of starved for resources. So it didn't look like they were going to get a big network. So I was kind of waiting until I see how big their network is going to be. And if I can score 3 or more from network, then I will do this amount of structures. But if this was not possible, then I would probably just fight cults harder.
Got it. Yeah. Well, congratulations again. A huge win at an incredibly strong table. Looking again
Thank
here.
you.
Yeah. Looking again here. It's 650 ELO table. You don't get to play those or see those too often. So definitely a treat for us commentating and for everyone spectating. Yeah. So.
And thanks for organizing the tournament. It was really fun, and I had a lot of fun in both games.
Oh, my pleasure. Happy to do it. Yeah, and thanks to you, Jekyl, for co-casting with me as well.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Great
It's
game.
it's incredible to have someone with such a wealth of knowledge and such high level skill as yourself being able to kind of explain what's going on here. So it's really great for people watching it, and it's great for me getting to hear it as well. I feel like I always learn something when we chat. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, so a couple of to wrap up the stream here, I just want to talk about the tournament a little bit. For anyone who's just tuning in or who didn't listen to the beginning, this is our third Tukey Cup. So we are running 4 per year. There's going to be one more this year, and alternating between turn-based and real-time tournaments. So the format will be just about the same between the two of them, but it's basically a 1 to 2 game commitment. 16 players with the highest ELO qualify for the tournament. And like I said, we're going to be doing 4 of them per year moving forward. So Zavak, you are the third Tukey Cup champion. And as an extra little treat, I happened to work downstairs. Let's see if this is coming through on the stream. Work downstairs from a place that does pretty reasonable keychains. So I got custom keychains made. So if you ever find yourself coming out to Terra Mystica and I'm there, and then I'll be able to get you a little keychain as a bonus if you ever think you'd use that.
Okay,
So
nice.
yeah, so a little bit of an unnecessary prize, but I had the opportunity to do it pretty cheap, and then spend too much
Okay,
time
yeah,
taking the
nice.
photo. So if ever our paths cross in person, I'll be sure to get you your prize as well. But congratulations! I hope you get to celebrate, even if in some small way. And for everybody else, I'll post this video will be up on YouTube. I'll post the link to the Tukey Cup Hall of Fame. I'll make sure that's updated, and that's the best place to be checking um, for updates on who's won the tournament and when the next tournament is coming up. So keep an eye on that, and the tournaments run through Board Game Arena. So keep an eye on the Board Game Arena tournaments if you want to register to try to qualify. So I think that'll do it. Thanks again to everybody, and congratulations, Sevak.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Lustrous.
Yeah, thanks, Jekyl. Take care.
All right.